Deep Sea Electronics came to us to offer a PV solution to reduce their energy costs and run the factory. We came and did a site survey, we had a look around the site, saw how it operated, we looked at their energy profiles and then we came up with a solar PV system to meet that criteria. Once the project was accepted, we liaised with Deep Sea's health and safety to make sure all the compliance was adhered to.
So working with IWE, very knowledgeable electricians, it's great to work with them and they were always on hand for any questions or any advice needed when it came to commissioning the solar.
We had to install fire switches which isolate the DC off the roof in the event of the fire alarm activating. The system is fully expandable. We've designed it in the plant room that further inverters can be added with the expansion of the site. Changes did occur as we moved on, but everyone was kept informed and the project moved on smoothly. The client was happy how the whole project progressed on. We had no issues. On completion of the project, we handed it over to the site engineers. We've kept in touch with the client to make sure the system is operating correctly, and we're always on hand if there's ever any questions or any follow-up work needed.
The general layout at Deep Sea is we have a main supply from our own transformer. That's fed into our switchgear. We also have the availability for emergency generator backups. Obviously the load from the PV, and just recently we've had installed a site UPS, which in the event of brownouts or blackouts, it will cover the time that it takes from the mains going off to the generators coming online and supplying factory load.
The system was initially for energy saving, but as the project progressed, the customer saw the advantage of battery storage and also extra PV at a later date. They are also looking at being able to run the site with PV and synchronising it with the generator. Before the project started, we were looking at about £35,000 a month energy bill. With the solar installed, it's now dropped to around about 25. Any spare energy overproduced can be exported 6 pence a kilowatt, so there is a revenue stream to be made from the extra solar. We ran the project in a timely manner, keeping all the relevant people informed of the progression of the project.
The initial spec was to have a small PV array that would produce local power for machinery in our production on site. But as time progressed, I think people realised the benefits of cost savings and the amount of PV that we could have at Deep Sea, and it's just evolved from there really.
We installed initially from the design 368 kilowatt of PV, 800 460 watt JA solar panels, 310 kilowatt SMA inverters. As the project evolved, we found that we had spare roof capacity and we added an additional 45 kilowatt of solar. With the additional 45 kilowatt to the original design, we had a grand total of 415 kilowatt installed. The total system will generate 356 megawatts per annum.
The transition at Deep Sea Electronics from having no solar to obviously having solar was made very easy by the team at IWE. Like I say, they're electricians and engineers, they were always on site and happy to help any problems that we had along the way. Like I say, the transition was made very simple.